Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be trying to recreate the amazing LAYEFA beauty makeup that she did on her client the other day. I am in love with LAYEFA, but I want to do something of my own and mix with her own, so I want to see how well this will come out. So starting off, I'm going to be using the Neutrogena toner and baby wipes to cleanse off the impurities on my client's face. My client for today is Rita, and she's a very beautiful light skin lady. Next, I'm using the Maron Skin Prep. This acts as a primer to focus on the T-zones, the places that she will produce more sweat, and I'll clean up those areas properly. Then going in next, I'm going to be using my MIS or MIMETICS moisturizer on her T-zones, underneath her eyeballs. Just want to moisturize the face, create a good base for my client's makeup. Then I'm going to go in with the TM Essentials primer. I'm using this primer for over a year and I need to restock on it. I love this primer. I'm even still using their old model, but then it still does the work, so that's what we are using for now. So I'm going to be putting it, and I'm going to be avoiding underneath her eyes. I don't want primer there. Now going in with the Fit Me foundation and ZIKEL foundation, I'm going to be pairing both of them up to try and get Rita's skin tone. Rita has a lot of discolorations, but mixing the lower shade and the brighter shade, I think I can achieve the exact one she needs. Then I'm hydrating using Kiss Beauty Makeup Fix Spray. I'm going to be spraying that all over her face, and then going in with my beauty blender. I'm going to buff this into her face gently, dab it. I don't want to drag it, just want to dab it in her face. I'm not really focusing underneath the eyes, I'm just going down. The concealer is going to be underneath the eyes, so I don't need that. So look at Rita's skin with foundation. It's not too far away from my color tone. Now for the highlighting, I'm going to be using the Zika Hd Concealer in the shade Creamy Ivory. I've been using ZIKEL for a year now, and I can say they are giving so much for so little. That is, the amount that they charge for this concealer is very reasonable, and the concealer does the job. So what I usually do is that I mix this light concealer with a darker shade. I put the lighter shade at the corners, the eye corners. Rita has very noticeable dark circles around her eyes, so I'm going to put a light shade so I can try to cover that. And using the same beauty blender, I'm buffing it, put it in, just press it down into her face. You can tell her to look up, or you tell your client to look up, and I'm going to go in and keep on buffing it. When I'm done with the under of her eyes, I go for the top area, that is her forehead area. If you notice how I highlighted it, looks after applying concealer. Yeah, so we're highlighting where we highlighted was the nose area, underneath her eyes, the forehead, and now we are going to highlight underneath her lips and above the lips too.
Sun starts to peek through the clouds. We take the back streets to avoid the crowds. Waltz over sidewalks and twirl in the breeze.
Up next, I'm going to be going in with the TM Essential Cheek Glaze. I think this shade is Bubble. I used a brush to bring it out, because sometimes it usually takes a lot of time if you're using just a beauty blender to apply it. So I used the brush to put it in the places I really wanted to. Then I used the beauty blender, the under of the beauty blender, to dab it in. If you notice, this cheek glaze is exceptional. TM Essentials, they did an amazing job creating this cheek glaze. A lot of makeup artists are using it, especially last year. It was crazy. The orange shade and this shade, the combo is crazy. But for now, I'm just using this shade, so I'm just going to apply it in the blush area and the contour area. As you can see, I'm applying it generously because I know by the time I am done, it will come out perfectly well. So this is her face with the cheek glaze, and now I'm going in with the contour. I'm using the AVOUR foundation to contour her nose side. Yeah, so this foundation gives me a very dark shade, so I'm going to be using it to contour our nose sides. Contour is one of like the most calculative technique in makeup. I have to make sure that the contour comes down to the middle of our nose, and I'll have to go back and ensure, okay, that I am drawing it to the middle. If there's any imperfections, I have to go right back in. Now I'm going to be blending it with my beauty blender, you know, pressing it down in so that to avoid any harsh lines. Now I will be baking using my compact powder. I prefer to go in with this powder because it has minute particles and it can bake easier. It can bake easily than the loose powder. So I first go in with this, and then sometimes I go in with the loose powder. But for today, I'm just going to go in with the compact powder. So I'm placing it in the areas that I highlighted. I'm going to be pressing it down, you know, using my small brush. I'll go in to get the places that I didn't get with the big brush, that is the nose area, the forehead area, trying to fix whatever imperfections that I'm seeing. So fast forward, we'll be moving down to the eyeshadow area. We have already done our brows. I don't know, my fellow YouTubers that do makeup, we know how hard it is to film brow tutorials, but I'm going to be releasing a detailed brow tutorial by next week, so stay tuned and subscribe as I'll release a very detailed brow tutorial. So I'm going to be going in with my transition shades. I first went in with a light brown, and now I'm going in with the lighter brown above the white brown, the light brown. I just want to create a natural look for the eyeshadow. I don't want it to look fake. I want it to seem as though there was a transition. That's why we're using this light shade. As you can see the difference between this eye and this eye. Now we are going in with our dark brown shade. This is to give the illusion of the crease. This is literally the area that we are going to be cutting our crease from. So I'm going to apply that dark shade generously. Now going in with my concealer, I will start to cut my crease. I always tell my clients to kind of look off so I can see that fold. That folding area is where I will stop going higher with my concealer. So that's the area I'm going to create the shape that I want to create. So as you can see, I will tell her to look up at some time so that I can see the area that I'm supposed to create. Now I'm done cutting the crease. I am going to be baking the concealer, still using powder from my palette. I'm going to be buffing it in, pressing down the powder in. So I'm going to take my time with this as I want it to look as neat and smooth as possible. Now going in with my light transition brown, I'm trying to make sure that there is no much harsh lines at the junction between the brown and the powder shade. Then I'm going to be using a flat brush to create an eyeliner illusion using the dark brown shade that I used to cut the crease. This technique gives the illusion of a lifted eyelid, so I'm going to be using it before I go in with my eyeliner. So it's more like a cat eye. Then I'll use the brush to join the both sides. Now going in with my eyeliner, I'm going to draw a thin line, as thin as I can possibly draw. I'm going to be drawing it just extremely close to the eyelashes. You know, since I have given the illusion of an eyeliner using the eyeshadow, I don't want to be doing too much with the eyeliner. Then I'll use the mascara to brush out her lashes and get them ready for the first lashes I'm going to put on it. Rita has a very generous amount of lashes, so you can already see the difference with just the mascara. Then going in with a gel liner, I'm going to be getting all those places that the liquid liner could not get, especially underneath her eyelid, on her lower eyelid. I prefer using a gel liner on the lower eyelid than a wet or a liquid liner. Now I'm going in with lashes. I'm using the 8 pair wings pack of lashes and the duo glue. The duo glue takes a lot of time to dry or to get ready, so I'm going to be going in with the lips. First off, I'm using a very dark shade of Classic to line the lips. This is a public call or plea to Classic that they should get a dark brown shade that doesn't have an annoying purple undertone, because that undertone is extremely hard to blend. So because of the annoying undertone, I have to use a mixture of this particular lipstick and a brown eye pencil. So now I'm going in with my nude and I'm blending this nude shade on top of the purple lipstick so that the purple lipstick doesn't look very like noticeable and so harsh. So I'm blending it on top of the shade I used to line so that it comes in as one color and doesn't come in too harsh. Now as you can see, I'm still using the eye pencil and trying to make the purple area darker. So going in with the ZARON MAXSHEEN Lippy, I am applying it as my gloss. I use this lippy once in a while, but I prefer their matte collection more. Because we're running out of time, I quickly fix the lashes. I always use my hands, and now I'm going underneath her eyeballs. That is that area that I don't want to look too messy. I am adding more eyeshadow underneath because I'm creating a smoky look, and then I'm cleaning it off with my powder brush. This small brush here is a lifesaver because it helps to catch all those areas that the big brush could not catch. So I'm applying powder to those areas, all those areas that are having harsh lines and whatnot. As every good makeup artist will tell you, there's no such thing as excessive blending. You blend and you brush until you can achieve a flawless look, or at least close to a flawless look. So take your time for that finishing look. Blend, brush, dab, every single thing that you can do just to get a flawless look. When I'm done with that, I'm going to be spraying her face using the All Nighter spray and the Kiss Beauty spray. I'll first go in with the Kiss Beauty spray before I go in with the All Night spray. Woo, yes girl, every single thing is giving it. I am in love with underneath her eyelid, that dark eyeshadow look. I love it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video to this extent. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you want more of these videos, you have to comment for me to be sure. Thanks for watching. I love you guys, and bye. Mwah.